I was always a Hawthorn supporter, but come late, sort of in my, my teens, before I got drafted for a couple of years, I had my stepdad who went for Collingwood, so I had this soft spot for Collingwood, and I thought, well, I knew their facilities. I'd been shown through them when I was at the Northern Knights, and I thought, this is somewhere I want to be. And then come draft day, to hear on the radio and to be there with my stepdad, who had been supporting me throughout my whole football career, was a great way to really to get drafted, and it was just a whirlwind experience. And one minute I'm local footy, and the next minute I'm playing in the AFL.
Hope in his heart, dreams in his head. Jack Anthony, he's done it!
I think it was a build-up of all the hard work that I'd done over the previous 3 or 4 years, and then for Mick to have faith in me in the last half of 2008, and then to bring that form into 2009, and to have that successful year that I had, it was hard not to continue on with that. I relive it in my mind, but I don't pin my hopes and my dreams on just that 1 year that I had. It was an experience that was, for the better word, just fantastic, I suppose. It was something that I really enjoyed, and I would love to relive it again, but you just never know what's going to happen in the future.
Looked like he wasn't sure what to do. The goal umpire almost went down on his arm, but it's a goal.
It wasn't a hard decision for me to come back from Perth. Perth's a beautiful place, but like anywhere, if you move away from your family and your friends, you have to enjoy what you're doing, and the passion was there, but the desire to want to do it was probably wavering a bit. So I decided that as soon as my career had been over there, I was going to move back to Melbourne and get amongst my family and friends again, which I've done. So last year was just a sort of a year for me to rediscover my passion for football again after a few hard years in the system. So I decided that I was just going to go play some local football, and I knew Brody Holland was at Melbourne, so I contacted him, and we got down there, and I had a fantastic year. I really enjoyed it, and that's one of the catalysts for me coming back and playing VFL, is really getting that desire to want to play competitive football again. When I came back from Fremantle, I moved in with Cameron Wood, because I've always been friends with him since Collingwood days. And then he obviously got picked up here at Carlton, so I thought, I'm close by, so I'll give the local VFL team a call, and I've settled in really well. I'm really enjoying it.
Jack's been really good for us. It was a really good honour to be able to have a guy who rang up and wanted to come down to VFL footy, and to have a guy like Jack, who's got great AFL experience, but also good life experiences, to be able to come down, and a mature guy to come down and help drive the standards that we want to have at the Northern Blues. And he's been terrific with us. His training standards and his level of professionalism that he's brought both on and off the field has been terrific for my group, to be able to see what a guy who's been in the elite system, how to train, but also how to prepare himself for a game.
It's been great. Yeah, it's been good. I think one thing I've learned, certainly under Mick Malthouse at Collingwood days, and definitely under Ross, they're hard coaches, and they're the best coaches in the AFL, and they can really humble you very quickly. So for me, I've just come down here, and I've shut my mouth, and I've worked hard, and hopefully that will turn into some quality football for both the club and personally.
He is a competitive beast. His endurance, his strength, and his ability to play in a number of positions has been really good for us so far.
I love a contest. I want the contest, and I've always prided myself on being competitive.
Anthony, great mark!
It's something that I don't think ever really leaves you. It just needs to be rediscovered.
The stuff that I've seen from him so far in terms of his work rate and his work ethic down at the Northern Blues has been terrific, and that's emulated with obviously the stuff that he's done at AFL. So, a guy like him is a really good competitor and a strong competitor both in the air and on the ground, and whether we played him forward or back, the stuff that we've been seeing are the things that we've seen at AFL land as well.
There's more to football now. Now I'm out of the system. I've got other aspirations and things that I want to achieve in life. So being able and giving time towards that's been great as well, and it's allowed me to train the brain in a different way.
You can definitely see that he's really enjoying his footy at this point in time, and obviously winning games of football is obviously the big thing that we're here to do.
Everything's just falling into place at the moment, and I'm in control of my own destiny at the moment, and I feel like it's definitely going to a better place. I've always felt like when I left Collingwood there was some unfinished business with Mick, and I think that hopefully over the next couple of years, or certainly hopefully over this year, we can certainly sit down and have a chat and see where things are going. But if it works out with Mick or somewhere else, I'm not pinning my hopes anywhere. I'm just going to do my best.